I'm so confused, man. Like, what am I supposed to do? Nobody's here. The show's in 2 hours.
It turned on.
Yeah. No. Wait, what? It's not on? No.
Do you know how to turn it on?
I think it's from the back.
Okay. Do you know where the button is?
No.
Okay, it's
Oh,
like,
this one?
it's right, no? Yeah, it's right there. Ready? Okay, now that it's turned on, is it plugged in?
Yeah.
Is it plugged into the correct inputs and or outputs?
Yes.
Is the volume or gain at a good level?
Yeah.
Are you using the correct cables?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you using the correct input or outputs?
Yeah.
Okay, to turn on the sound, you would make sure this key is up in the up position and make sure this is up, turned on.
When using a microphone, be sure to hold it up so the cone can catch your voice. If you hold it down here, the cone of your voice will not reach the microphone.
So where do I plug my phone into?
Into the aux cord adapter.
Oh,
And
thank
ST
you.
to it. You're welcome. This is our sound server. Now the receiver picks up the sound. Sequencer shuts down the machine and powers it up. And the amps are what send it to the speaker.
Who did this? Why is the booth a mess?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Booth etiquette, what is this? I told people to keep this clean. You can't walk in here.
It's not my problem.
Make sure you clean up this booth. You gotta let people walk in. I cleaned up this booth to keep it nice and straight, but if you're gonna mess stuff up, it's not proper booth etiquette. This is why you should keep the booth nice and clean, because if you don't, it's a disaster zone. Today I'll be going over microphone feedback in the auditorium. So there's many different kinds of feedback, mainly if you're using some microphones and you turn one up too loud, you get a little ringing sensation, like the Great Gatsby situation. Basically what causes that is if you have too many microphones close to each other and you have one that's higher, the audio level is higher than the other, it will cause feedback, which causes the ringing. When someone yells or speaks, you get that. So you want to make sure you have your microphones at a nice, decent level, so if somebody were to raise their voice or make a stomping sound, you don't get that ringing sound. Okay, so I'll be going over the different kinds of portions on the soundboard here. So right here we got the orange channel. This is your mic channel. Basically, if you have a mic on the channel, it corresponds to these numbers. So if you have microphone number 3, it will say S3. Self-explanatory. Layer 2 is basically your sound layer. If you have audio coming through the aux, it will be S3, channel 3. Custom layer is basically if you have administration powers on the board, you can custom make layers for audio, microphones, whatever you please. We use that for the 1-ax. Alright, up here, self-explanatory mute buttons. If you have channel, mute. This is your master, it should always be at 0. This is the master mute. Talk doesn't do anything. This cable goes into here. It's basically a monitor for the booth, so we can hear what's going on stage. So this is how you go into the monitor. A lot of people don't know how to turn on the monitor, which is backstage, stage left. In standard mode, you'd press mix 1. Go to make sure you're on the sound layer. If you can see, this is the master, and you got this one that slides up, which is channel 17. You always want to keep this at a low level because you don't want to blast people's eardrums out. If you're on left-right, you cannot edit the monitor. this is how you power down the soundboard. So you go to your home screen, there's a shutdown button. Press shutdown. It says shutdown. Yes. Shutting down. It's now safe to turn off your Q32. You come over here, it's very hard to see. Down here where this little clamp is, there's a little push button. That's what powers on the board. You go over here, sequence down, and that's how you turn off the board. Okay, so as part of my organization in this booth, I've put together these two bins. They are for sound equipment. In this little bin, you'll have your microphones. Actually, no, these would just be cables. Nothing really has to do with sound. It's just miscellaneous. Power cords. In this big box, as you can see, it says sound. Open it up. You have all your mic bags. This would be your handhelds, ear mics, and lavalier mics.
Hey, what happened to the footage from the haunted black box? You never gave it to me.
There's the
I didn't start
Wait,
recording.
oh, shit, sorry.
Hey, now go.
Oh, now we need away from your face. Yeah. So
well, where's the mic at?
here, someone grab their phone and be like, now we need to connect this.
This is so cheesy.